but that didn't quite go as smoothly as I wanted. We're gonna ease that one back a little bit. Whenever technology fails, just gotta throw your hands up sometimes. We'll get another playlist going here, and then we will get started. Okay. Welcome. Another Shiny Developer Series live stream. My name is Eric Nance, and whether you're watching live or you're watching on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/ShinyDeveloperSeries, welcome. I am going to have definitely a somewhat lower key development stream tonight. It's going to be a lot of writing, I think, a lot of polishing of docs and manual pages perhaps, because I'm trying not to get too ambitious what I want to do with the newly renamed Shiny Brain in this initial release. But to be honest, the bigger push is that I want to get my conference abstract talk video recorded soon that I would submit to RStudio themselves for hopefully an inclusion into the main RStudio conference. I don't know yet, we'll see. I wanted to get the package polished up a little bit before then. There were some very interesting threads that I saw in the R community kind of news on social media that I might have some takes on, or at least start digesting a little bit. And yeah, who knows what else. So let's get to it. Definitely been a long week, so I'm still a little scatterbrained, but had a better day today, just kind of being more low-key, but lots of stuff happening. So Shiny Brain, the newly renamed Shiny Brain, all thanks to Unicorn Coder. Very generous with their time to help me get a nice name for this. And what I want to start polishing probably tonight is the README, which is a whole lot of nothing right now. Now that is interesting. Hold on a second. Okay, I think that comment's supposed to be there. Now, obviously, this isn't gonna work. It's just a very bare bones README that you get when you create a Golem project. No, I didn't create a Golem. Did I? No. This is just from they use this template. But we gotta start making this better. We gotta start making this better. So let's see. Hello to our chat. Oh, Ace Bates, welcome. Yeah, Shiny Brain is a new name of what used to be called Shiny Learning. I'll get Firefox up here just to orient ourselves. This, until recently, I called it Shiny Learning. This is a package I'm creating to help show users kind of the evolution of a Shiny app from like prototyping to, you might say, a very polished state of it, rather than just seeing the end product like we typically see when people share their apps online or maybe talk about it at a conference or whatnot. This is going to be like a flipbook inspired, progression all in one place. So it's a good time as any to show a example, even though it's not polished yet, of like where I'm going with this. But let's first get our VS Code environment all ready to go here. Load our package. Yep, good, that worked. And then I have a new utility function to run an app. I'm gonna pull that up here. Is not app page. We call it brain power. I'm just having fun with this. But this will run like the full version of a Shiny Brain powered app. So this will be in Shinysaurus. Run that. And yeah, so what it's going to be is we have, brochure. Yep, exactly. So brochure is the engine behind all this. So this is just a really pretty basic wrapper on top, but with some opinionated structure to it. So the idea is we'll have a maybe first page where it's just like a very bare bones prototype. You might have another page later on that starts to refine things slightly, like this one where we have more of a box layout, side by side things, as I haven't gotten to this part yet. But then the last tab of it will be like what I have kind of like over here. We'll boot this up again just to show it. It's just definitely too big font here. Something that looks kind of more polished like this. So that's what the end of that exploration will look like. So I might refine more of that example tonight. I don't know yet. The more pressing thing to me is just having a nice, logical, but engaging README for the repo so that when people go to this, they kind of understand what it's about and hopefully will want to use it. So, VS Code. That stopped here. So we'll probably start documenting some functions as well. I've been pretty lax days ago about that, except for these major ones here like app page and the add shiny learning function. This is like a very important one here. We got docs for that, but we need to beef it up a bit. Okay, README time. So next is kind of what I always do when I start either doing things at work or just things in the community. I like to kind of see, I like to see what's out there with some nice, favorite READMEs of other packages I like to use, or at least I know about pretty well. One README that I think sets a really high standard for like getting to know a package right away is GT from one of my better R friends from RStudio, Riccione. He does a terrific job with his documentation. Great graphics throughout, great explanations of code, showing where it fits in the big picture. So he's got all this great stuff here. But there are other ones too that I really like to see. One package that definitely was one of the inspirations for shinybrain. I believe it's called, Flipbook R. This was a nice one I heard about a few years ago, I believe, at one of the RStudio Conf presentations. But the idea behind, I thought I had dark mode enabled. Figure it out. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work for some of these sites. Let's see if I can trigger it. Nope, just does not want to do it. Maybe I just have to do it. Oh, there we go. Okay, bizarre. This package is very much trying to address what it's like to build up a visualization, say with ggplot2, and combines it with things like the Sheringan presentation package, so that you step through like the code and the immediate impact it has on the plot. So that's, again, I'm kind of doing this with Shiny as well to an extent. But I feel like these two packages, they each talk about different things obviously, but this is another inspiration, so to speak. So let's look at the way their README is polished here. Yeah, it's always good to have like a visual to view. In fact, let's view the flipbook here. It's always good to kind of see what this looks like in practice. Yeah, nice intro slide here. Yeah, this is exactly what it's like. They're stepping through the code and it's giving nice highlighting. Or it's breaking up the plot itself. This is really nice. So obviously I'm not going to do like a full Sheringan presentation of this, at least not yet, but that's kind of setting the stage where I want to go. And hello, Unicorn Coder, how are you doing? I definitely saw a little reminder from you and Jeremy on a very nice set of news from the Tidy Models project with my favorite container tech that I may look at later tonight if I had the brain power to do it. Okay, so let's get going here. README time. So I should have, speaking of visuals, Unicorn Coder, your presence is timely here because I may have closed the, yeah, I did this, but you should have that fancy logo here. Yep, perfect, full size. Yep, this is what I want. Saving this. Shiny brain. I'll throw it here for now. I'll rename this shiny brain. I want to throw this in the README somewhere. Jeremy, hello. Well, you and I probably have the same thought process here. Question of me is how long you can stay awake. Probably me as well. I've had a bit of a challenging week here, so this will not be going much past, definitely not past 11 Eastern for sure. But we'll see which one of us taps out first. But welcome, glad you could make it. Okay, so since I haven't done a lot of like really polished package READMEs for the community, I want to make sure I get this right. So I'm going back to that great example of GT, and I want to see the oh, he just does a README without the R Markdown version. I'm toying with that, but yeah, we'll see. Because my README is not going to really run any code. It's going to have a lot of text, some visuals, maybe an animated GIF of like going through the. Yeah, I mean that's the basic thing to do. Maybe we just do that. But let's see where they put the picture. I always get confused like where people put those. So I'm gonna look at the source of this. All the badges here. Okay, the manual directory. Okay, GT part. Yeah, okay. So maybe we just do that. Back, I like the line in the center. Maybe we just take that. We're just gonna swap that here, and now we're gonna copy that image we just downloaded from Unicorn Coder and put that in the. We have the figures directory already. No, we don't. We better do that first. Yep. Alright. There we go. Let's just see what this looks like first. I mean, yeah, there really isn't a big reason this has to be an R Markdown README. Because I'm not gonna like show any code, like run any code dynamically here, so I think I may just do this in the real README right here. Now, one downside is this may have introduced a Git hook on me, I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens when I modify this. Actually, that's a good point. How do I verify if I have a local Git hook. See, my dark mode extension doesn't like to do this for some reason. Okay, it's in the get hooks directory. Okay, let's explore that. Just make sure I don't blow things up. No, I don't think I have it. Okay, because I know sometimes use this will put one of these in when you have a README that's R Markdown, and it prevents you from like editing the Markdown version without compiling the R Markdown version first. But I don't think we have that here because everything is sample. So okay, I think we can get rid of the README itself or the R Markdown version of it. But we'll make sure we get this out of there. I have a linter for all the markdown stuff, but apparently it does not like no inline HTML. Why would it not like that? Anyway, we may just do the let's just do the let's do the markdown syntax of it. No need it to be perfect tonight. Some alt text here. Logo. Put that here. That's true. That is true. Maybe we change it up a bit. Let's go to our Final Fantasy playlist, shall we? Boom. We got it. Thank you, Unicorn Coder. You always have great suggestions. Okay. So let's get rid of the README R Markdown version. Now, one nice thing about VS Code is we should be able to preview this side by side in real time. And of course well, of course I don't have an extension there, do I? That's why it didn't show up. Whoa, Nelly, that is a big logo, eh? I remember this was the big version, so I might have to resize this a little bit. That's funny though. Okay, so I know, yeah, raw HTML can do it. Yeah, how do I gotta refresh my memory on that one too, actually. I have lots of bookmarks about Sharingan that give me the nice tips about kind of the image resizing options. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's the one. Let's just code that up ourselves. Yep. Put that in quotes, I believe. Yep, there we are. So that's definitely a more manageable height, although we may... Yeah, we'll tweak appearance as well later. I mean, like the alignment, I should say. But yeah, we're on our way. We got ourselves a logo there, and now this is the part where I start actually introducing this thing. Oh, you want to do right alignment? Yeah, we could try that. We could try that. Oh, hey! Nice, nice. Like it, like it. And of course, somehow I can't get there. There we go. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so now comes the actual writing part. So I'm gonna start typing some stuff, and I'll probably wordsmith it a little later. But usually something like the since the beginning of ever since that shiny package. We'll put some links here. You know I'm a geek when I memorize URLs of my favorite packages. Shiny. Our community seen specific applications shared throughout many industries and community. I'm gonna, like I said, I'll polish this up later. This is just writing time right now. Always inspiring. Let's see. Polished. Final. Well, it's always inspiring and let's see, an amazing application. Often wanting to duplicate or trying to learn more about author's development approach to the final product. Imagine a way we could not only see that polished version, but the actual stages of development from a simple prototype to a robust application ready for production. This is where shinybrain comes in. Hey, what happened to my real? Oh, there it is. Yep, it is here. The real-time preview is here. I haven't been paying attention to it. Oh, you mean the Unicorn Coder. You mean the logo like above this shiny brain header? Yeah, we could try that actually. Let's give that a shot. We don't need this comment anymore. Okay, yeah. maybe it's the way VS Code's rendering it, but we'll work on the placement a little bit. Well, look who's here. Dr. Daniel Chen, how are you? Oh, great to have you. I admit, every time you send those awesome pictures of your new digs over in Western Canada, I'm jealous of the scenery there, but yeah, hope you're doing well. Yeah, the prep work for RStudio Conf is underway. Oh, the nerves are really starting to hit now. But, well, should be a good time, though. Yeah, we've had a lot of wet weather here, too. Not the most pleasant, but, you know. It's springtime, what can you do? Okay, so I think that's a halfway decent first paragraph. Yeah, well... That's a good point. So Daniel, you'll be involved in a workshop. I'm leading the Shiny and building quality production Shiny apps workshop, and I've got very basic set of things I want to talk about, just kind of in my head a little bit on written down. But yeah, I feel like I've really got to start like literally from like beginning of April on. I've got to accomplish at least 1 or 2 modules a month until then. It's like really July is not that far off, so I've got to really start putting that to practice. So yeah, should be a good time for sure. Okay, where was I? Yes, I was kind of not really halfway joking about this. I'm actually pretty serious about this, that many of you that have been watching the evolution of things I've been doing on here, you're going to see me develop some materials, or at least the building blocks of materials, live on here. And who knows, we might do some of the actual Unicorn Coder. You did a nice job of like doing some dry runs of your recent Our Ladies talks, I believe. And I might want to pull that lever a little bit with all of you as well. You've always been generous with your feedback on everything I've been doing at this point, and boy, I'm gonna need all the feedback I can get with this one. So, okay. So now I'm gonna transition to my kind of like what Shiny Brain itself will do. Is to provide a simple paradigm, or a simple set of intuitive simple procedure to, let's see, let me resize this a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's always annoys me when that left sidebar gets kind of crunched a little bit. Oh, the scroll bar here, that's why. Okay. Procedure to create multiple snapshots of an overall Shiny application. Built upon the excellent, and this is where we give our shout outs to brochure. I believe it's under Colin Fay's GitHub, but we will make sure. Yep. course, give Colin Fay full linkage here. He deserves it. Bundle these snapshots to individual China application inside a single overall application. Okay, so this is the part where I'm going to put a to-do here. Add source example. So Daniel, you have a great question. Yeah, is this for the conference? So, I mean, I've been wanting to do Shiny Brain, gosh, Shiny Brain for well before the conference, but this is actually what I'm hoping to give a conference talk about. So yeah, this last little push to at least a polished README, a polished set of docs is so that when I actually do record that conference video abstract thing, that I can actually point to this, even if it's not fully finished yet, but just show something to show it in action. So yeah, that is certainly a milestone event for it. So as I either Iway or others at RStudio joke, it's conference-driven development for sure. I love that phrase. Which reminds me, I have I can't say everything, but I did get wind from the Shiny team that there's some big stuff that's going to be revealed, but even I don't know completely what it is. But there was some teasers there, and I was asking, but they're not revealing too much yet. So we're about to see some cool stuff, I think, in the coming months. The immediate conference that's happening is in end of April. The Epsilon Shiny Conference. That's a online only conference. In fact, let's just show that here. Oh, sorry about that. My dark mode extension is just silly. But yeah, it's going to be April 27 through 29. I can put the link in the chat here. I believe there's still taking registrations, but yeah, we're gonna have fun. So you can see we got a lot happening here. I think they're gonna release the full set of talks in a little bit. They've had a call for abstracts, which I think has closed already. But yeah, should be a good time. So that's where I've got to actually get a talk for that. So I have my idea for it. We just got to start shifting some slide or making some slides for it. Luckily, it's about things I've already developed, more for fun, not really a worky thing, but stuff that definitely helps in my work stuff. So now I'll probably be in upcoming streams is me actually working on those materials, or who knows. So that'll be a good time as well. Okay, so at this point, this is where I want to talk about just the basic usage of the package, although I probably will have, let's see how ever READMEs do this, like what order they do it in. Patrick Cohen's brochure package has a lot of material here talking about the minimal brochure app, examples of it. So I think I have an idea of how I want to do it, but let's see. Yeah, they use the flipbook itself as the inspiration there. Yeah, okay. Started and simply create a template application followed by shinybrain. This is where we're not going to run this code chunk, we're just going to type the code. And then this is, oh, wait a minute. You know, what do we have to do now? Can't call this add shiny learning, I gotta call this add shiny brain. Let's get that taken care of here. Shiny brain app. I think this is the only, yeah, shiny brain app. See, I better do a find and replace on this just in case. No, not that, not that, not that. I'll just do it in this file for now, just in case I screw it up. There we go. Okay, we got 7 of these. We'll just make sure. Yep. Boom, boom. I think we got it. Yep, perfect. That would have been embarrassing if I left that in there. Let's recompile that. It should change everything here. Yep, good. I like how use this or DevTools, I should say. It's smart enough that when you rename a function, it's like actual name itself, that it'll delete the old entry of it. So which reminds me, now we have to rename the file itself. So let's do that. Close it here. Yep. Perfect. And this one needs to be renamed as well. Snapshot shiny learning. Yep. That will be. Let's do our find and replace on this as well. Oh, I don't want to do it the whole way. No, I always mess that up. There we go. Only 2 of them. Cool. Snapshot shiny brain. Perfect. Shiny learning. Shiny brain. Load that again. Oh, wait a minute. Something didn't quite get renamed, right? Didn't change it here. Ah, silly me. That will take care of it. Boom, delete the old one. Alright, we better commit this before we get too much further. Functions. Brain. That going. Add logo. I admit, Unicorn Coder, I don't have your GitHub alias memorized yet, but we're gonna grab that from here. Put it here and then there it is. You're in a commit message, Unicorn Coder. Alright. Perfect. You know who taught me that? Ihue, author of R Markdown and Knitter. I would see he put these nice shout outs in his commits, so that is you can thank him for giving me the inspiration to take that technique further. I also do it at work as well, where I had somebody give me a nice feedback on some documentation I put together. I can give you the general name of it. I call it like my analytics documentation portal. And they had a good catch. I had some legacy repos that I was using in like a Git tutorial section, and I had not renamed I still had it as a master branch, but she correctly called me out for saying, hey, you know what, I think it would be more inclusive if we renamed that as main. And I'm like, you're exactly right. I made that like 4 years ago and I never got around to it. So I put her GitHub ID in our org as a shout out to that commit earlier this morning. So I always like to give kudos when I can to people who help me out. So okay, so we've got that little dicey situation taken care of with the naming. Now add shinybrain. App. I'm only gonna put like the bare minimum of like getting an app up and running in this README, because I probably need a vignette to go over like the real flow of it, but I'll put enough here to get it up and running. Let's see, application structure created. It's easy to run the application in the default template using your preferred method. So a shinybrain application contains typical .r, which can easily be run inside preferred development environment. There's RStudio, or I'm gonna put a VS Code reference in here. In addition, you can execute, run an application, be convenient. Yeah, sure, Unicorn Coder. I realize your stream was buffering there, so hold on a second. I got a little stream mishap here that I need to take care of because I'm a little peeved that something failed this as I was booting this up. I'm gonna try to get this back up and running here. Okay. Since you asked for a Unicorn Coder, I'm gonna do it myself.
Who's ready for story time with
our podcast,
baby?
So the quick one about this branch story is that I have created a very sophisticated set of documentation at work to help people get started with using R, not so much teaching R itself, but just like getting up and running within our pretty intricate Linux environment, and also helper things like using GitHub and Git in our organization, getting started with deploying things on RStudio Connect. It's all based in Markdown, it's all based in Blogdown, but one of the example applications that I have on there is kind of like a case study of like deploying something to our infrastructure. There was a repo that was created many years ago in my biggest application ever. It's still going strong, but it's over 4 years old now. But then one of my better, enthusiastic R community members in the org correctly pointed out that this old repo still had the default branch name to master, whereas all my newer repos have been named with the main as the main branch. And she correctly pointed out that, hey, if you're gonna talk about this in this pretty in-depth example, I think it'd be more inclusive if you rename that to main for the purposes of, you know, teaching others. And I was like, you're exactly right. I really feel bad for missing that. So today, renamed that thing to main, updated the docs, and now we have our nice example internally referenced in that help section. But it was not a good day for GitHub. There were a lot of outages. I'm going to say outages or service degradations, as they might say. So GitHub Actions is having issues, all sorts of nonsense. So it was a little bit of a rough one on that side. But yeah, technology, what can you do? So that was all that was. And I have more amusing stories if you're all interested. But I'm gonna finish this thought. Now, the function that I created that I haven't exported yet to run an application kind of on its own is brain power. I'm just having fun with these names, whether it's too cheesy or not, I don't know, but why not? Let's make sure that still works, actually. Why not? Oops, parentheses there. Should still work. Yep, that still works. Page 1, page 2, perfect. Default template. Shiny. Template provides a single shiny application with a place folders of output and a documentation, say an introduction page. Rendered markdown. To iterate. Show a next stage of an application development progression. You can create a snapshot, say a new snapshot of any existing how should I say this? Any previous snapshot shinybrain function. Okay, let's see what other arguments do we have. Oh wow, time flies. You're right, Unicorn Coder. We got about a half hour left. So we'll see how far we get. I'm not sure, I may not keep the snapshot name thing. Because that might break things a bit if they customize it too much, but I'll think about that. I should have referred to this as a page. Create a new page. Oh, sorry to hear that, Unicorn Coder. I know the buffering is annoying, but yeah, I hope we can catch the VOD of this afterwards. But thanks for coming nonetheless. So. Okay. Oh, Tan, hello. How's it going, my friend? Hope you're having a good night tonight. A lot of our friends here. We're doing not so much heavy development. We're doing a README, populating a README for the shinybrain package, because I want to make sure that it actually has some of the people can look at when they actually go to the repo of this. And it said there is no limit. And snapshots. A new snapshot from the last available snapshot. You can create a snapshot from specific previous. This is too wordy. Specific one. Using the, what do I call that argument? Okay, use current snapshot. Same use current. And giving the current snapshot. Snapshot. There. Okay, so good. I'm not the only one that hasn't submitted it yet. You're right. Yeah, they have pushed it back, and I was like, "Oh, good, I got a little buffer." And then suddenly I realized, "Oh wait, that buffer's about gone because we're already tomorrow's the 25th, and only like 3 days after that." So this is the first. Actually, just writing this README, to be honest, is going to help me explain this in the video. Like, that was another reason I wanted to do this README tonight, because this may end up being very close to the actual script, albeit with some, minor differences. Yeah. So yeah, Daniel, you're a busy guy these days. You're debating if you want to submit it. I mean, on top of you being part of a workshop, you've got your papers going through peer review, and I know peer review can be a very taxing process. So I'm sure, yeah, it's a lot going on for all of us, for sure. Yep. Now, the one other utility function I've added is this is a cool one, I think. Simply view the contents of a single snapshot without having to run the entire set of application. I can't talk. Without having to run the entire set. Here's this is where I got kind of goofy with the function names. You have to tell me, Daniel and Tan and others on here, if it's too cheesy. I call it the brain snap function. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely being a little goofy with this, but I don't care. It's my package. So let's see. Back to my example. Remember how I did it? But is let me throw it here. Brain snap. Oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe. You mean like this? Like a brain underscores? No. This is probably. I don't know. I probably won't stick with this. It's. Well. Nah, we'll keep it like this for now. Make a note on deploying a shinybrain application. It's no different than a typical shiny application. Since the raw structure self-contained, the root of the directory contains app.r. This may be where I add a directory tree listing of an example. There we go. Okay, let's look at how our README looks now. Got our first paragraph here. To do basic usage. Oh, I should note something about when you create this. If you are using RStudio, new project. It's automatically created for the template application and open automatic. Okay. I should probably make a note about, maybe not so much for this README, but for the vignette, that when you create this structure with shinybrain, there are certain parts that you're definitely allowed to edit, but I am kind of relying on these like page 1, page 2 structure for naming the directories. I'm a little scared if they rename those. So I might have to put a disclaimer in there somewhere and say that in a future enhancement that will be made more flexible. But I'm a little nervous to make that flexibility now. At the risk of totally breaking everything. So probably just make sure I mention that. What's nice, I verified off stream last week, is I can have a R subdirectory and throw any like functions or whatever in here, and then it will be sourced automatically because Shiny itself, I think I actually may have talked about this last week's stream too, Shiny itself supports seeing if there's an R subdirectory and then automatically sourcing that into the environment when the app is run. You can disable that if you want, but actually I want that here because that's a good place to tell the user, okay, if you don't want your snapshot of the app to be like this huge voluminous script, and you want to create, you know, utility functions to throw it all in, they can easily just throw it into that R subdirectory. So that's actually a really nice benefit that I'm bringing upon here. Okay. That's pretty solid, I think. Now let's take care of some other logistics here. Definitely want to put the, whoops, not this. Where was I gonna find that? Actually, does use this have a function? Oh, it's a code of conduct, right? Alright, and there it is. Use code of conduct. I don't have it here, do I? No, we need to put that in, don't we? Yep. Oh, whoops. Haven't used this like verbatim in a while. So I get this up and running. Actually do anything? Oh, I didn't. Had the question mark in front of it. That's silly. Okay, what other things do we need in here? I already have placeholders for the pictures. Let's see, well, I was referring to Rich's GT package, README. That's one of my favorites. Let's see, what else? Oh, I should have like, ooh, Yeah, we should. I want to leverage the discussions board for the future. Yeah, we should talk about that. Or reference it, I mean. Let's see, do I have to do anything special in my repo to set that up? Probably do. Oh yeah, I do have discussions on here. How does Richard do his discussions? Oh, we just basically kept the default. Well, yeah, we'll keep the default for now. We can always change it later. Well, aren't you all fancy there, GitHub? You even got the confetti here. Wow, that's not even a stream effect. Crazy. Alright, let's get that. Maybe I just call this feedback. Let's say package was directly inspired by feedback. Better. Specific report plus any feature issue. We have a more general topic. Discuss. Post discussions. Well, hello, Yuka. How are you? Oh, I'm so sorry I missed your stream earlier. It must have been when I was in transition with the kiddo activities, but hope you're doing well tonight. We're writing READMEs. Nothing real fun with the coding right now, just getting the README polished. This is where I want to I'm not going to do that tonight, but I think if I can have people help me with the package, I will never turn that down. I'll just give them a short little contribution guide to get them up and running. Yeah, so Yuka, you're asking, this is for my presentation. So it's funny, there's a lot of things going on at the moment. What we're doing here is this shinybrain package, which was called Shiny Learning before. I am hoping, and again, who knows what will actually happen, but I want to do a proposal for a talk about this at the RStudio conference, the same one I'm going to do the workshop at. Who knows if it'll be accepted or not, but this is really the first package I've actually created all like myself for our community in probably 12 years. So it's kind of cool to get back into like a developer mindset of it. All the other stuff I've done in R itself has kind of been locked away at my day job firewall. I've referenced it from time to time in other talks, but this is the first one I've literally developed in the community and have no issues sharing it. So that's why I'm hoping I'll find a way to talk about it somewhere, but you know, that's what this is for. There is a presentation later next month that will not be about this for the Shiny conference that Epsilon is running that I have to start thinking about. But I did submitted the abstract for it already. So there's a lot going on in the next couple months for sure. You know what? That README's looking pretty solid. I mean, obviously I gotta flesh out some images and flesh out a shiny source. Let's run that again one more time. That's the markdown. It's our Explorer. Nothing radical there. And this is a slightly more polished version of it. Actually, there is some housekeeping I have to do. It was 2 weeks ago or so, we discovered that running this in RStudio itself, the URLs that are embedded for page 1 and page 2, or whatever you have up here, don't actually work, but in VS Code they do, because in VS Code they don't add that kind of session junk to it that RStudio itself does. So I think it's high time we ping our good friend Colin's issue tracker for a brochure and provide a reproducible example of it. So let's get RStudio set up here for that. I meant to do it earlier, but you know, things are busy. So let's get that container set up. See, it's my Docker file here. Yep. All right. Close. Okay, good. I did it earlier, so it was super fast to be cached. Now let's see what my port number is, because I'm sure I forgot it. 6188. Okay. Let's throw that on here. There we are. My super secret password is not test, by the way. That's an inside joke for my friends from the Linux community. Yep, I'm about to do that, Tan. We're gonna run it in here first to get it going. Alright, shiny brain. What? Not again. Did I not add this? Oh. Alright, alright. I forgot to update the Docker container. Now it makes me wonder if I forget all the other packages too. We'll find out. Yep. That's the danger of having two separate Docker containers for two development environments. I need to unify them somehow, but I'm too lazy. Alright, there we go. Ah, goodness. Alright, alright. We'll get the markdown package in. Alright, we'll try that again. Yep, that's the error right there. It will not render that URL correctly. Let me, I'm going to run that again one more time and see if I can grab what it ingests in that URL as a tooltip here. No, it looks fine there. Yeah, let me, I'll show you real quick, Tan. Thanks for checking in on this. So, let me go to the example app and we'll look at this. So it's a little convoluted, but I have a helper function to create the navigation bar items. And that is right here. Yeah, so this is what it's going to do. It's going to get the page IDs, and this will be like page 1, page 2, etc. And then per the brochure guidance, I would just do the URL endpoint as a slash and then that page ID. So if we go back to the VS Code version, this, it's not as apparent on here because I stopped it, but this would be like a slash page 1, slash page 2. This is just slash. The home is just a slash. Oh, I see what you mean. Does doing that without the slash do anything? I'm afraid it will make the link broken, but let's give it a shot on the VS Code version. Let's see what happens. We'll roll this back if it fails catastrophe here. So what you're referring to, Tan, is if we just take the slash out here and create one of these and see if that works. Who do we want to talk about tonight? We're going to do saving tonight for that. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to try running this. What did I call that object? New app. Oh, hey, it works. Oh my gosh. How do you... You never cease to amaze me, Tan. You never, ever cease to amaze me. Now we're gonna see if that works in RStudio as well. Oh, that's amazing. That's straight up amazing if this solves it. So it wasn't a brochure problem, it was Eric being a dunce problem. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oops. Gotta back here. Let's load that in. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing we did over there, just with a different app this time. This time we're gonna call this one Kefka. If there are any other Final Fantasy fans in the audience here, you should know who Kefka is. I forgot to save it as an object, but that's okay. We're just gonna copy that. Boom! That is awesome. What the heck just happened there, though? It did not, because I have a slash in front of that, right? I think I do. Let me... It's possible I do. Let me double check here. Oh wait, home doesn't. Home always has a slash. Yeah. Oh. Hold on here. Let's try that again. So we go here. That works fine. And this. Oh, that's nifty. Well, it's a little gnarly, isn't it? Okay, okay. So we're not quite out of the woods yet. Well, I think if I think I tried that tan once, but I think brochure specifically wants that first tab to be just a slash. At least that's what the examples have. Let me go back to that. Where's brochure? Yeah, all of these always had the... always had this as the example. But I guess there isn't like a... I can look at the... Let me look at the docs for the page function and see if it says that more detail. href, the endpoint to serve. Well, nothing says it can't be, so let's, okay, let's try that here. So this, yeah, so this is where I put the slash. Well, what if I just change this to home? Let's see. Create a new one. Go Bez, hello, and then RGGG. Oh, not that, no. It's an object. Okay, this is not found. Okay, so you can see, I'm not sure if you can see on the screen, Tan, it did do a slash home. Huh. Okay. So... Okay, so Platinum, you were thinking this should be like a slash home like this. And Tan's thinking, what if we go up a level? Huh. Well, let's try this one first. But it should have the same problem as before, but let's just try again. Whoops. No, I have the dev tools at all. Let's forget. Yep, that's the same problem as before. So we can't do the slash home now. Tan, you're thinking we do. Thinking doing up a level, like going up a level in Linux. Let's see. Let's see. Nope. It just went here. So, yeah, this is certainly a gnarly RStudio issue for sure. Huh. Are you... Oh, with a single period. Oh, okay, yeah. Good call. Let's see. Do a load all again. Tan nails it again. Now, okay. I'm pretty good with the web stuff, but how did you know to do the dot and the slash? Like, I should know what that means, but I don't know what that is like referring to here. That's awesome though that you nailed it. Okay, but now, well, okay, yeah, I need to make that connection. You're right, that is a very Linux-like behavior there. Yeah. Oh, right. Where is home? Yep. Now the key is, will this also work in VS Code still? So let's go back there and see. By the way, can I just mention how really cool it is that I updated something in RStudio server in that Docker container because we're mounting the same files. It automatically did it here in VS Code. Like that's just magic to me. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so let's do save it too. All right, moment of truth. Page 1 works. Home. Boom! Oh, that is a huge relief. That is an absolutely huge relief. And plus, Colin now doesn't need to be annoyed by me for a new issue because I solved it. But I've got to write this up somehow. I definitely need to write this up. I need to make a note of this. But while it's fresh in our minds, what I like to do in these cases, especially for work projects, yeah, exactly. It'll be a PR, but I want to. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, I had an issue started. Well, thanks to the immense genius of Tan. What's your GitHub ID? I'm gonna call you out on this. I could probably find it with your NFL verse packages. It's Tanho63. Okay, yep. All right. Have a solution. Okay, I'm gonna kind of paraphrase this, but let me look at my function again. I'll copy the bits from it. Gen-nav-var. Copy, and then I'll talk about it in the issue itself. Using a general is not to include a reading slash when referencing for the internal links of the snapshot pages. The app is run as RStudio. I want to find the comment that this is what I want to type here. Relative hyperlinks. Yeah, you're right. Relative hyperlinks. Doesn't serve the app, but a few sub. Yeah, that was one comment you had. Is projecting on among other parts of the URL running each time app by omitting the in our function we keep these links as relative elements. The home page, the index, the reverse using similar directory have reference of single period slash keep the link relative and to mimic a landing page URL site. Using this solution, any app created by shinybrain will render in both RStudio and VS Code. I'll just put that here, but that is closing the issue. How's that? not only do I get a nice README polish, or at least close to polish, we solve one of the most nagging issues that would prevent this app or this package from, you know, getting a seamless user experience across the arguably two most popular development environments for R right now. So that's huge. That is absolutely huge. Thank you, Tan. You always save me a lot of heartache and headache every time you come here. That was awesome detective work on that. That is sweet. Now we're gonna commit the heck out of this. And we're going to right here. Ensure page links are relative across different IDEs. Thanks. Okay, then let's get our README up here. First draft of package. Alright, say refine. First draft. Push that up. We're not gonna don't need that. Okay, let's make sure this rendered in GitHub. Oh, hey, there we are. We got a nice little README going there. I'll keep the to-dos there. I don't care if people see that. File installation. Let me look at my description. Oh, the description file needs a lot of help. Okay, let's finish that up. That looks kind of embarrassing if you have a description file that's completely out of date. Alright, so I need a clever title for this. We'll probably bump the version too, because I feel like we're in good shape. Okay, how do I condense this into like a single bit here? Let me put my README over here. Let me think here. I'll probably change this later. Well, I want to make this a little fancier. Series of, I could say, illustrate evolution of a shiny application. Prototype to finished product. I don't know. We'll keep it like that for now. No, I don't like that. Let's copy this. to show the development journey of a single overall application. It's a great benefit to educating others on how to build I don't know how to say this. It's a great benefit to educating others on how a shiny application is I know, I don't know what to say now. Iterative nature of application. That's good enough for now. Alright. Okay, I got my imports here. That should be everything. The suggests are more for the example app, which I haven't polished yet, but okay. That description looks a lot better. Let's commit that. Description. Okay. That's looking pretty nice. That's looking pretty nice. I'm very encouraged by this. That was a lot of progress for probably the most successful stream I've ever had is the amount of polish we just added tonight. Got a pretty decent README. I think I have enough to at least say verbally what I want to talk about in that video, but the next step for me will be to get this shiny source example up to snuff, because that's what I want to show as kind of like a backdrop, whether it's just in the README or both the README and the video to showcase this. So let's look at our GitHub repo. Did I push everything? I'm going to do that. All right. Yep, there it is. Nice. So that's quite successful. So before I head out tonight, I want to comment on a couple things that I saw on the Twitter sphere today. Let me see if I think I saved. Did I save it? Or I bookmarked it. But first, Platinum NG has a great question. Am I using RM for this project? So ironically, I am not using RM for this right now, though I probably should, because I was just, at the time I started this, I wanted to just make it super easy just to get up and running. But as you saw, I forgot some packages and that was kind of embarrassing. So I am not, but I probably will add that later on to lock down the version of brochure. Well, yeah, maybe because I'm doing Docker with this, I don't need it. But maybe if I wasn't doing Docker with it, I might consider it because of things like this. Like, I got to make sure that as Colin updates brochure, that I opt into those updates, and making sure I can be up, I can keep up to date at my own pace with it. But for the rest of these, it doesn't really matter what versions they are. But I guess Shiny has to be a minimum version. I probably should declare that. But yeah, at least for this, RM hasn't been as critical as it has for the other stuff I do, which is almost everything else, for sure. So yeah, I mean, almost everything like at work, I use it for everything. And this project here is the one in my outside work stuff that I don't use RM for. But as you saw, some of those other streams I've done, it's definitely in there. So one thing, I'm not going to read this verbatim tonight, but I'm going to pull it up here. There was definitely a more thought-provoking article, well, I should say a post. Let's look at this. David Smith, who's the author of the Revolutions blog, put a tweet out about this. So this GitHub user, Reese Goding, has put together a very comprehensive write-up of their usage of R for 1 year and what it does well and what it doesn't do well. And even just looking at the table of contents here, you look at the length of what R does right versus what R does wrong in their opinion, and you can see there's a lot here. I have not read it all yet. I've only skimmed through it, but I did see in the Hacker News write-up, which I'll open up again here. There's definitely been some candid discussion here for various things, and even Hadley Wickham himself has replied to a couple things here about some of the tidyverse critiques. I saw, I think maybe it was Akira Moeller or some others on here as well. So there's a lot going on here. There's some comparisons to the Python ecosystem, but I want to read this more carefully because honestly, I can already tell I'm going to have a lot of thoughts about this, but this is perfect material for probably my next R podcast episode. It's just having a candid kind of, I want to say rebuttal, but a candid perspective on what the points were made here. There are definitely hints of perspective of, say, computer science embedded throughout this, which, just to give a preview of some of my thoughts, it is very important to keep in mind that R was not built by computer scientists. It was built by statisticians for statisticians at that time, many, many years ago. Obviously, there were some good decisions made to make sure that we could extend this via the community of packages. I think for exploration, nothing tops it. I think the overhead of me just trying to learn the Python pandas lifestyle has not been as intuitive to me as it is just to sit down with an R console or something in RStudio and quickly slice, dice, parse, and reshape a data set and get the visuals very quickly. I think it's difficult to beat R in that. The R Markdown ecosystem, even though that's not part of base R, I think that's something that I don't even think Jupyter can touch it. I think it's massively beneficial. Every language has its shortcomings, but the fact that all the cutting edge algorithms and statistics usually are first brought to life with R, and then the ability to hook into different systems, hook into different libraries. You can get your C++ magic all you want with RCPP. You're now going to get some Rust action going. You of course have Shiny for the web apps. You have custom APIs you can build. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do. Is there variation in the ecosystem? Yeah, of course there is. But I could say the same thing about Python as well. I mean, every community has that. But there will be some specific things I want to parse through a little bit here. But the other thing that gets glossed over, I think, is the fact that the backward compatibility that base R has been one of the biggest selling points in industries like mine. Like, that is paramount. That I can have an installation of R version 3.1 somewhere. I have the code that I use to build that for a major analysis, and then many years later, as long as I have that version of R available, have that code in the same way, I can rerun that. And even if by chance I don't have that version of R, but I have something like kind of like a few minor point releases up, chances are, unless it's a real radical thing, I could even use that updated version of R with the old code as well. You didn't get that with the whole Python 2 versus Python 3 transition, did you? That's been a crazy thing. So base R definitely has a lot of legacy to it, but this isn't like we're only confined to base R. I don't think it's a bad thing that we have a community of packages around it. Why would it be bad? I think everybody should be able to shape the language the way they see fit. I think it should be, we should be able to have developers from RStudio, developers from other organizations to be able to build custom libraries to extend it. Why not? That it shouldn't. Base R is not the full story. I think that's inaccurate to call base R the full story. It's not like R was just born. It's been around for a very long time. So the part that, again, not to sound like somebody that's too nosy about this, but the author of this really doesn't give anything about their experience before this, what industry they're a part of, because I think knowing that actually would give more perspective for people like me to understand more about where they're coming from, because I've seen books from computer scientists that talk about the R language. I have one of Norm Matloff's book about like the art of R programming, I believe. I bought that a long time ago. It's got some nice insights, but he is writing that from a CS perspective. But he makes that very clear he's writing that from a CS perspective. I have no issue with that. If you make it clear so I can understand kind of where you're coming from, I feel like I can give a more, hopefully a more accurate critique of this. But needless to say, you can tell I have thoughts already. I think this is something that I'd love to bring up in my podcast, and ideally I could have some people join me for that. Maybe I'll float out some ideas for that, because this is like a perfect material for like a panel discussion. So stay tuned for that. I don't want it to be just me talking about it. I think there's a few people I could imagine would have some nice thoughts about this too. But yes, Platinum, we are fully aware. We've seen this in the Twitterverse and other areas that Dr. Matloff has his own opinions about the tidyverse. I tend to stay away from that, but he has been very candid about it, and yeah, been a little controversial in certain ways that's been disclosed. Again, my main point is I think everybody should have the ability to extend a language if the community allows the infrastructure for that to happen. But no one's forcing you to use tidyverse. No one's forcing you to use even data.table. You choose what you want to use. It's your work. It's your time. You're not confined to a single path in the R ecosystem. So let everybody carve their own path, but don't suppress the ability to produce things like the tidyverse. I think that's the key thing for me. So that was one thing that I'll have. Yeah, you do you. Yep, perfect. Yep, that's kind of been my model for many years. And the other one I found. Let's see if I bookmarked it in my likes here. I didn't bookmark it here, but it's in my notifications. Hold on here. So I don't have time to look at this tonight, but apparently the latest advancements in the tidy models ecosystem is in the how do I say this, vetiver package here. They have capabilities of producing a Docker image for your deployed model. I think it's a brand new thing. I'm not sure. They have they have the Plumber API stuff. There was, I'll have to find where the actual, there's a new article here. Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but that is huge. So Julia Silgi authored the post here. And how we generate a so we can generate a Docker file. Okay. Yep. So I really want to look at this because this, let's see if there's a reference here anywhere. There it is, right, Docker. Let's take a look here at a high level what this does. So after you have a Plumber file, you create a Docker. Oh, and an RM file. Oh, this is right up my alley. So combining Docker with RM to use the RStudio package manager to restore. Okay, we got some research to do on this. Yeah, I want to play with this. This is really cool. So it looks like the latest development is improving how the Docker files are generated. So this has my attention for a lot of things. You all know how much of a fan I am with container tech, but also after this Docker image is written, or this file is created, you can have a Docker image of this model. I have some very good friends on the Linux side of the community that have a service to help make these Docker images as slimmed down as possible while still maintaining the core functionality so that the deployments at scale can be much easier. So I think I will be phoning a couple friends over in Europe in particular to let them know about this, and we might have a go at creating a Docker file from this, seeing what image it has, seeing the size of it, and if we can slim it down to make it a more efficient deployment. So I think they'll be happy to hear this. They've been itching at. I gave them a Shiny example many months ago, which let's see if they have it on their channel here. AI. Should be. Oh, it's not Slim AI, it's Slim DevOps. Not Silk DevOps, I can't type. Where is it? It was one of the earlier ones. There we are. I'm not going to play it here, but I'll put the link in the chat.
Exciting one.
That was me joining my friend Martin and their data scientist Aries to talk about slimming a Shiny app container, and we actually found some bugs in that about their service to do it, and now I think it's time to do a machine learning model as well. So that will be fun. I'm gonna get a phone my friends there and see what they have to say about that. So I'm glad that Jeremy and Unicorn Coder tipped me out to this. This was a great use case for everything I've been doing in the tech world these days. So stay tuned, as they say, for my adventures with that. All right, so those two things on Twitter were definitely things I wanted to share a little bit my initial thoughts about. And like I said, I think a future podcast episode will look at that blog post or that write-up from Reese. What's their username? Reese Goding. I did try to have a look. I don't see any real information, no main website that they have, so I can't get a lot more info. But we'll see. All right. Well, good progress tonight. We've got a nice README going. We've got description polish. We fixed that nagging issue about the URLs thanks to Tan. And look, there you are. You're both in my commit history here. So we'll probably call it there. Certainly thanks everybody for joining tonight. By the way, a little quick plug. It was it yesterday or Wednesday morning? Episode 30 of the Dev series is out, and that is part 1 of 2 in my conversation with my co-host from the Our Weekly Highlights podcast, Mike Thomas, talking about his Connecticut COVID-19 test spotter application, which was such a fun, but frankly, an inspiring example of how, hey, I love playing with Shiny for, doing fun things, showing the power of R and what it can do. This app here had a real, tangible, and immediate impact on his local population in Connecticut in the time of immense need to find these COVID tests, their availability, and how Shiny got him up and running so quickly to make this happen, whereas relying on other, you might say, infrastructure, other people perhaps paid a lot of money to make this better, we're not getting the job done in a different situation. But it's open source for the win on this one, so highly recommend you check that one out. And part 2 will be coming in a couple weeks, because there's a lot to this app, more than meets the eye, so to speak. So we had a lot of good fun with that, so check that one out. Let's put that link in here as well. Okay, well, I think that will probably end it for me tonight. Once again, thank you all for joining, sticking around a bit, and as always, you all helped me immensely with my development and the good vibes, and this was a great way to nearly close out my week, because it has been a rough one, and this was the most progress I made all week for sure. So everybody have a great night. I will definitely catch you on the interwebs, I'm sure, here soon, and take care. And for those that are submitting their talk proposals at RStudio Conf, good luck. I am in that same boat, and hopefully we'll all be successful in that. So take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye. That is end of line.